Frozen Tundra Football League.
Why, hello and welcome back to all of my friends and fellow FTFLers. It is before I introduce myself, let's make one thing clear. Tonight, for the 100th time, I stare into the camera. For the 100th time, I sit here before you and I break down the week's actions. For the 100th time, I bring you the show that is the longest running weekly episodic fantasy football update show, the FTFL Weekly Update. I am, of course, the host who is, as, and always will be of the show, owner of the Don't Look Now back-to-back division champion Hulkamaniacs, and, as always, the voice in your head that's telling you the right thing to do in each and every situation. That's right. It is I, Brett. Now, it's a big show. It's 100. I haven't really turned 100 in anything else in my life, and if I'm lucky, maybe someday I'll get there. But not only is it the 100th episode, the regular season is done. The playoffs have begun, so I thought, you know what? Why not make tonight the champions edition of the FTFL weekly update? The division champions. Come on into the show. Sid Hagen, you have been a part of so many of these shows before. Grab a seat, Sid.
Thank you, my friend.
Oh, congrats on your division title. I mean, let's be honest, Peter basically gift wrapped that thing because what a turd he dropped as this season unfolded.
Took that right from him.
Just unreal. I mean, he gave it to you. You didn't even have to take it. I think he set it on a plate and said, please don't hurt me.
I take what I want.
Wow. Okay. Well, and so as now the regular season is done, we're going to get into the playoffs. But, Saltmarsh, the Radioactive Monkeys, not only did you have an epically, historically bad season, you didn't score 1,000 points on the year in the new era where you've got a flex player, we've got a half point per reception. Not only did your running backs barely eclipse the 100-point mark, I think it was 120-some points combined, 28 starts from your running backs. I mean, it was abysmal.
Amazing.
On the bright side, though, however, you are now on the clock, but wait, he isn't. Why isn't he? Why isn't he on the clock?
Why isn't he on the clock?
Why is Adam Saltmarsh not on the clock?
I don't know.
Because he traded his first-round pick for Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I mean, just a stamp on what is going to be...
While he was on IR, needing a running back to play for him.
Right. And so, I don't know where the DSM award is going. We may get to that in a little bit here.
But records are made to be broken, though.
Woo, buddy. I tell you what, I guess that's the silver lining there for Adam Saltmarsh. Again, I mentioned I'm back-to-back division champ. Peter, who at one point was 7-2, handed you the division 1-5 over his last 6 weeks. And he, too, made a strong...
Whoa. Can't be 1-5. He must have been 6-2 at one point, because he's 7-7 right now.
No, over his last 6 weeks, he was 7-2.
Then he went 5 straight loss. He's 7-7.
Sorry. You know what? Maybe he was 6-2. He was 6-2.
Yeah, 6-2.
6, but he was the first team to 7.
Oh yeah.
And then he just completely crapped the bed. Another thing I didn't notice this week, super interesting. Not 1, not 2, but 3 Tennessee running backs were playing in our league. 3, none of which were named Derrick Henry.
It's a powerful backfield.
2 of them were on Peter's squad.
Well, they had to have scored more than the 0 he scored against me.
Right, from the 7
running
running backs, 0. Good God. As we look to the playoffs, the seedings have been redone. Is this correct?
They have been updated, yes.
Okay, redone. They are proper now. We'll get into the matchups here. Actually, I think I'm going to have to change the matchups, but I think I have to memorize. Let's get into the games.
Real quick, I'd like to ask, Ryan, would you like to become commissioner again? You have these brilliant introductions for me. I'm obviously not that great of a commissioner.
Well, and for someone who quit, seems to be hanging around a whole lot, doesn't he?
Sure does.
I can't quit you. That's kind of what I'm hearing. Speaking of quitting, first game of the week, the Valhalla Vandals.
Wow.
Coming in at 7-6, taking on the Mixing Cocktails, also at 7-6. This was winner goes in. You win this game, you can erase all that has happened over the last several weeks.
He backdoored it.
He backdoored it indeed. 90.5 for Andy, 75 for Peter. By the way, who stung Peter the most in this game? The tight end he didn't even see fit to keep. The tight end he drafted in the second round. The list for the DSEM Award on this team is long.
It's amazing.
Dude, George Kittle, 22.5 points. Aaron Jones, 17.5. Dustin Hopkins, 14. Dak Prescott started the right quarterback because Jackson got hurt. Who will Andy play this week? I guess we'll have to wait and see.
I hear Jackson might be out again.
Well, so this decision will be made.
This helps him out.
Probably does help him out. Travis Kelsey, back-to-back 1.5 point weeks. Kansas City exploded against the Raiders, which they had about a month ago, and Kelsey went off. This time, not so much. Didn't matter. If you're Peter, led the way. Jamar Chase, who has been an absolute, he is rookie of the, is he not rookie of the year?
I don't know. Peter's losses have coincided with the downside of Chase.
I wouldn't disagree. Chase had a big first half. Second half of this is definitely slowed down. Mahomes 16, Rudy Gay 15. Deontay Freeman, one of the three Tennessee running backs, had 11 points.
Rudy Gay.
Is it Matt Gay? Sorry,
yeah,
Matt
Rudy
Gay.
Gay plays basketball.
Yeah, well, right. Okay, you know what? I'm glad he's here to keep me on the level. I don't always have someone next to me to fact check these kind of things. Dontrell Hillard, one of the other three Tennessee running backs that played this week. When I saw that, I just died. I'm like, what is it about the Tennessee backfield that everyone's like, gotta have him?
Peterson was a part of that at one point too.
Yeah, briefly. Dontrell Hillard got 0. Kareem Hunt is back in the starting lineup for the Cleveland Browns, but really not back doing much. He got 1. On the bench, Tom Brady had 28. That was 12 more. Now, Peter did lose by more than 12, but of note, Peter, you had the top 2 quarterbacks like throughout the entire season, and you couldn't. And I get it; it's tough to get rid of a quarterback because you can just pick somebody up. But you didn't do anything to help your team.
And he's got the same problem. You got 2 quarterbacks.
You got none.
Got none.
That's right. You got none. Speaking of the opposite of got none, next up the Hulkamaniacs at 8-5, taking on. Oh, did this one feel good? Did this one feel good? Mana, 4-time, lucky pants, belt stealing, breaking and entering, but didn't vandalize my house champ Mana. I still think maybe, was that you? Do I come clean now?
What are you talking about?
The vandalism that occurred at my house when I was gone. Don't give me that crap. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Was it you?
Yeah, because you posted it on the FTFL website.
I know. Then I'm asking you. You seem to be
it wasn't me.
A lot of deflections right there. Markser needed to win this game, needed help. Also, if he wanted to avoid a 2 seasons in a row sweep at the hands of the mighty Hulkamaniacs, he needed to win this game. Alas, he did not. He got whooped.
And knocked out of the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
Knocked out.
134 to 71.5. Dude, Aaron Rodgers with a broken freaking toe had 34 points. Dalvin Cook, I hope you've been updating that chart at home because you get 26.5 points when it mattered most. That stung. Tennessee's defense had a huge week against Jacksonville, 21 points. Alvin Kamara, 16. The only guy that really didn't do much was Darnell Mooney, half point. Didn't matter. This is in the history of the Hulkamaniacs, by the way, only the 4th time I've had 9+ wins on a season.
That's amazing.
This is the first time it's happened in back-to-back seasons.
Amazing.
So, I know, right? Now, if your marks are Taysom Hill, who is on my not getting a Christmas card list, 22 points. OBJ and the Packers defense both got 13. Nick Chubb only could get up to 5.5. Not enough to get the job done. Markster's Chubb definitely just lost its gusto as the season went along. Started strong and then just kind of slowly...
Although I do have to say, it is hard now to tell if he's actually trying to win to get into the playoffs or lose to get a better draft pick. So, he may have been trying to lose this game.
You bring up a very valid point. I should have seen that coming. Now, with the loss, Markser, you finished the 3rd of your last 4 seasons under 500. Ooh. The only bright spot, of course, is that title that was stolen from me last year, much like the belt from my house. But yeah, 3 out of 4 of the last. I was surprised. But then again, now the other thing we got to talk about, Jeff, I've got my own chart, you know very well. Justin Herbert, James Conner, and DeAndre Hopkins combined, players you gave away, combined for 55 points. Winston, Taylor, and Fuller combined for, well, 0, because Taylor was on a bye, Winston isn't playing, and Will Fuller he never plays. That makes it a round 10-0. John won this trade 10 straight weeks.
Speaking of charts, I remember you saying one time you were going to put up a Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook type chart.
That's the chart Jeff supposedly has.
Okay.
So at some point we're going to probably have to see that stupid chart. Hey, Magic 8 Ball, will we see the chart that Jeff has? Let's see what it says. It says, as I see it, yes.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you.
All right, next up, the Pack Attack 7-6 taking on the Radioactive Monkeys. Eric wins, and he's going to be in 4-9, and Adam Saltmarsh just crashes the hell out of this dumpster fire. I mean, it was not a clean landing. 59 points for him, 120.5 for Eric. If you're Eric, Russell Stupid Face Wilson seems to be rounding back into Stupid Face form at the right time, 22. Cooper Kupp, who is probably the MVP of the fantasy leagues this year.
He might be MVP of the NFL.
But just for the simple fact that where he got drafted behind Robert Woods. Dude, nuts. Leonard Fournette having the best year of his career.
Yeah, that guy sucks. Yeah. 4 touchdowns against me.
Hunter Renfrow out of nowhere, 18.5 points. Greg Zierlein, 16. Eric was the highest scoring team in the league. He had the most points scored against him.
Are you sure he was the highest scoring team in the league?
Yes, I'm positive.
I'm pretty sure I was the highest scoring team in the league.
I think you need to go check your facts.
Go fact check this.
Why don't you go and fact check it and go see? And oh, by the way, Derrick Henry might be coming back. Now, I saw week 18. If he works his way into week 17 to play me in the Fantasy Bowl, and that's why I lose, I'm going to be real.
We know it's going to happen.
I know. All right, so that's the end of the games for right now. I want to take a quick little break while Sid, views whatever he's got on his question.
When did that happen?
I'm sorry.
When did that happen?
Yet another instance where a commissioner is not paying attention.
The damn 120 points he scored this week.
You have to count the final week. This was a week that counted. Speaking of counting.
Oh, I forgot about that Monday night game.
100 episodes. 100.
Woohoo.
I have filmed this show in 7 locations over the year. 3 different states I have filmed in. I
still think you filmed in Wisconsin after me going back and watching those videos.
Maybe. Well, and we're going to get to that. We're going to get to Sid did something amazing we're going to talk about here in a little bit. I started in my basement, and I would only be able to film at certain times because my kids, by the way, when I started, were 4, 8, and 10. They now are all on 11, 15, and 17. Let that sink in. So they would go to bed, and so I had to film at a certain time. I filmed in the garage because I could be loud as I wanted to, in theory. Of course, the last couple seasons we've been in the Ice Cave, which has been a game changer. It looks more studio-like. I can be as loud as I want out here. Doesn't matter. In all,
Sarah is very grateful for that, by the way.
She is. In all, we're looking at, 30-some hours plus hours of show, maybe more.
I think it's more. I think you're pushing 40.
Maybe even 40 hours of show, which most of you have watched graciously. Wow, you have put in as much time, if not more, than I have. I can't thank you enough. Multiple guests, by the way, over the years, which has been great. Every member of the league has been on the show now, except for, of course, this year, Peter. Maybe we'll bring Peter on to show off his newly won DSM award, because I have a feeling that's where this is headed. As you can see on the table, I have just an array of things that have shown up over the years. I am still holding on to the almanac, and maybe, just maybe, that's who I'm consulting this year. But what I really want to point out here is this. Yeah, this. If I've talked about anything on this update more, I'd love you to tell me what it was, because Drew Brees, the greatest player in fantasy football history, was once a Hulkamaniac.
Isn't Tom Brady still playing?
I ran the numbers. His numbers now, sure, Tom Brady keeps playing. Maybe he becomes that. But at the time, especially for a second round pick, and to think Mark just got some stupid chart because I traded a first round pick to you for Dalvin Cook. So, if anything, I almost assume now, if not for Saltmarsh and Peters seasons, I would be a shoo-in for this award.
Did he bring you a championship?
Drew Brees?
I don't think so.
No,
how
he
can he
didn't.
be the greatest fantasy quarterback in the world if he didn't bring you a championship?
No, he didn't. And when I traded for Aaron Rodgers, I was told that would also be the same outcome. Rest assured.
Aaron Rodgers sucks in the playoffs.
If I win this year with Aaron Rodgers as my quarterback, I will talk about it every time we all get together. Every single time.
Is there a reason you got this on the table?
There's not a reason I hit myself in the face with it. God, get rid of that. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a blast. And really, I say this, and I've said this in the past, this show is dumb. It's really dumb.
It sure is.
And I'm sitting here often talking to a camera all by myself. Yet, I have enjoyed every one of the 100 episodes because it's been a way to stay connected. You know, the last couple years in particular have been really bizarro, but just in general. This is a group of people that has been together as friends for a long time. We don't see each other very often. So if nothing else, it was a way for all of us to be able to see each other, or at least I suppose most importantly, for you to see me. But thanks. Thank you for watching this dumb show, and thanks for allowing me to still do it. You could have kicked me out of the league.
It has brought me great joy, by the way, to be able to watch this show. It's quite entertaining watching what you bring and provide to the league over the last 100 episodes. I must say, it's quite amazing. It makes me laugh every time I see it, so I really appreciate it.
That's it. If people can laugh and smile, then I've done my job. And, you know, who knows where we go from here? I don't know if it's 100 more.
I gotta go. I'll be right back.
All right. Well, I guess we'll keep filming because we don't really do a lot of edits on this show. Yeah, if we get to 100 more, that would be amazing. I guess time will tell. For now, let's get back to the games and get ourselves set up for the playoffs. Next up, Liquid Schwartz at 8-5, taking on Team Linkowitz at 4-9. Now, if Adam wins this game, he is going to win the division. Sadly, though, if he loses, because I won, will win the division. And oh, spoiler alert, I already told you what happened. So, therefore, the score was 110-100. John Linkowitz on Monday night. Now, if you remember, the week prior to Monday... Hello?
Hey!
What is
Brett
going...
Saber! Congratulations!
What are you doing here?
I heard that it was your 100th episode, and I had to come and congratulate you myself. I brought you a gift from the White House.
Hold up. What were you doing at the White House?
I'm going to be back there on December 25th. I'm going to be the President of the United States.
This December 25th?
This December 25th. People said August, they said other dates. It's really going to be the 25th.
No, it's not. I don't know what to tell you, but besides, no.
The day Jesus rose is to say, I'm going to make my appearance back in the White House.
Hold up. Are you trying to make some sort of relation equivalent that you and Jesus are on the same plane?
We're both at the top of the chain. We both do great things.
I mean, I'm sure you've had a lot of time on your hands because you did lose this last election.
What?
Yeah, and actually in Arizona, I think you lost 4 or 5 times.
You're still counting these.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Well, I just want to make a brief appearance. I'm just here briefly to present this from the White House. Invite you back for a visit.
But I don't want to come see you there ever. Sorry. Anyways, go ahead.
But we have this
Look
100th
at
episode
this!
football here.
Oh!
Frozen Tundra. Here, we'll show here.
Weekly
update, 100th episode.
The Frozen
Tundra on top.
Oh, that is unbelievable. This is for me?
This is for you, for your 100th episode.
Man. Boy, I tell you, I wouldn't think I'd be excited to see you, but this is really cool. Oh, man. This will be on display. I love this. This is so great.
Well, come visit me at the White House anytime after the 25th.
Hopefully not ever. Jeez Louise. All right, well, go back to golfing and rage tweeting and whatever it is you do. I'm going to put this here. Thank you. Goodbye. Wow, boy, I tell you what, of all the years and all the guests, he's been kind of a constant. But I'll tell you what the constant here was. Okay, go back into the game. Team Linkowitz, Monday night prior, I came from behind and I beat him, thus ensuring my victory in my entry into the playoffs. Now, this week, Linkowitz came back on a Monday night, 110-100 over Adam Swartz. Justin Herbert, who, by the way, was traded away from Jeff. Hey, guess what? You missed something.
What? I was only gone for
yeah, well, he stopped by.
Who stopped by?
The Cheeto.
The Cheeto.
Yeah.
Donald Trump?
Dude. Yeah, look, he brought me.
missed him.
I know, he brought me this super awesome.
That's so cool.
That's pretty cool. I know. By the way, for John, Justin Herbert, who Jeff traded away, 26 points, the number 2 quarterback now in our league. Jeff, you traded away the number 2 quarterback. Now, James
and yet
Conner.
They're both out of the playoffs.
Right. James Conner, 24.5 points. Now, Jeff traded him away, too. By the way, James Conner is currently the 4th best running back. Yeah, how did John miss the playoffs? And what would Jeff have done had he kept him? Jeff, I know you like running numbers and stuff like that. Harrison Butker, 15. Saquon Barkley, and maybe his best performance all season, 13.5. Brandon Ayuk had 13. If you're Adam Swart, Josh Allen, who I despise almost as much as I do stupid face Russell Wilson, 30 points for him. Najee, 19.5. KJ Osborne.
What an appearance that was.
You know, a pickup, you had to have someone. You didn't pull a Peter, at least not in front of the camera or in front of all of us. What? Would you quit it with this? This is ridiculous. Unbelievable.
Well, I heard KJ Osborne. I had to bring it up.
Yeah, well, 14.5 of his 16.5 points came on the one stupid play. The Denver defense, 10 points. Because Adam Swart lost, he will play this week and not get the bye that I will get. Lastly, oh, look who it is. You know what's funny, though, actually? What did we not? Oh, we didn't cover this, Sid. I thought it was coming up.
What?
Dude, how did I skip over? I talked about Eric's team. I didn't even spend time talking about Salty's team. I completely skipped over it.
I don't think it's really worth talking about.
It is. Hold up. It is because...
Oh, that's right.
His running backs for the second straight week combined for 15.5 points. 28% of his running back points on the season came in the last 2 weeks. You know what I think we should do to celebrate that, Sid? I believe we should be eating cake. It's time to eat cake, Salty's running backs. They have done themselves. Yeah, eat some of this up. Let me get a bite of this in my mouth, and we'll continue onwards.
Thanks, Salty.
That's so good.
Appreciate the cake.
I can't believe I forgot to talk about you at the same time. I kind of already did. Lastly, but not leastly, Make America Great Again, 8-5, coming in against his loathed friendship, his loathed lifelong friend, Matt
That's
the
good cake.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. 6-7 for the Architect. Now, Matt needed a win and a lot of help. He got neither. Now, he did come on.
You know how close he was?
He came on strong there towards the end. You know, Matt Stafford on Monday night really... So what do you mean how close he got? Had he won,
he was in. Because everything else that he needed to happen.
Get out.
Peter lost. Jeff lost. Eric won. He had the head-to-head with Peter. He would have been in if he would have got one more touchdown.
I know exactly why he lost, and I'll explain in a moment. 105 for you, 94 for Matt. Stupid Kirk Cousins, 20 points. Why you keep relying on this clown?
He's the number 6 quarterback in the league. He may not win a Super Bowl ever. He's going to bring home a fantasy football championship this year.
I will eat that keychain if that happens.
You heard it.
I will eat that stupid. Mark Andrews, 17.5. Justin Tucker, 15. Justin Jefferson, 13.5. Eckler, 11. Saints, 10. Doubles all over the board for you. Antonio Gibson, only 3 points. Didn't matter. If you're Matt, Devontae, 29 points. Good God, is that... Dude, did you see the touchdown where he faked to the corner and almost broke the cornerback's ankles?
Yes.
Oh,
that was a nice route.
The guy was even lined up inside and he still... Oh.
I was a little worried because I had a 70-point lead with Stafford and Devontae left and he almost caught me.
So Stafford got 26. Dallas defense got 16, but here's where it fell short. James Robinson, 0. Terry McLaurin, 0. Both those players averaged 8+ on the season. Brutal. Yeah, they get those points. You win.
I think he told me he had another point guy that had a half point, didn't he?
Maybe. He might have. It doesn't matter. He missed. You're in. Division champion for you. All right, let's wrap this up. Stud the dub and the decent. Stud of the week with a broken freaking toe. Aaron Rodgers, 34 points. Might I add, still an idiot. Just saying. Still an idiot.
I agree with that sentiment.
Yes. Dud of the week, Robinson and McLaurin. We just covered it. Both got zeros. Your team lost
Matt.
by 11 points. If you would have averaged what Salty's running backs average, I think you might have still lost, but it would have been a little bit closer.
I doubt that.
That wasn't very helpful, was it? I know. This week's DSOM nomination, Salty season. I mean, we could argue and split hairs. Peter, as pointed out by a league mate, has checked off a lot of the boxes that are already on the seat. Mike Davis for a minute and a half, incomplete lineup. I mean, complete skid. All of those, I think, are on there. 7 running backs.
I think he was trying to catch up for the 20 years he's missed.
Maybe, right? Maybe. And so we'll see where that goes. Swartz Steesum, which we hasn't had an update in a while. Swart, you had Mike Davis. Mike Davis is like the least loved man in the league because he was on Swart's team for 29 hours before he was cut. Before the game started. How was Mike Davis picked up a couple times during the season and not like even see game day?
I don't know.
Right. All right, so here we go. The playoffs, week 1. We had to mix and match a little bit here. It'll be the Pack Attack at 8-6, taking on the hammerless Valhalla Vandals at 7-7. If Peter wins this game, it will go against everything that I've ever come to know about. And actually, no, it wouldn't. Because what is it all about?
You always say fantasy football's about luck.
It's better to be lucky than it is good. And if Peter gets lucky this week, what a win it would be.
You've got the worst luck in the league if that's the case, though.
Right. The other side of the bracket, we got the mixing cocktails 8-6, taking on Liquid Schwartz. Ooh, a battle of the North. This one's going to be tight. Andy's
I think
team,
this is going to be the game of the week.
It definitely could be. We'll see where it goes. On the other side of the bracket, the loser side of the bracket, if I will, the Monkeys 4-10 taking on Manah 4-time Lucky Pants, belt stealing, break and enter, and champ Manah.
That guy sucks.
Well, right. And this is the 4th time this season they will play each other. The fourth time. Yeah. Thanks, Commissioner, for making sure the schedule was airtight.
The schedule was just fine until we all wanted to. Let's play let's go set it up and play your rival from the last year and to change it at the last second and to mess up the rest of the schedule.
Spoken like a true leader. Just pass the buck. Jesus. All right. That's wonderful.
That's why me and Trump are friends.
Wonderful. Linkowitz 4-10 taking on the Architect of 6-8. Sid, who are you playing this week?
I think nobody.
You know, it's funny. I checked my schedule. I also am playing nobody. We got buys, friends, because we are the division champs. That's right. We are the faces that run this place.
Damn
and you
straight.
better get used to it. Oh my goodness, the regular season is over. Episode 100 is in the books. I can't wait for the playoffs. It is going to be monumental. And until next time.
Wait. Oh, I got 2 little announcements.
Oh.
I don't know if you're going to bring this up in your little show, but we got the 100th episode montage.
I almost killed it. So, geez Louise. Okay.
I went over the last, almost made it, but I went over the last 89 or so episodes. I put together a montage that will hopefully be posted to the website here of some of the best moments I thought of our league and Brett's weekly updates. So,
good Lord.
Please check that out if you get a chance. The other one that I have is I was watching these videos, right? And I come across the one where Swart won the DSUM for going 10-3.
We wasted all those draft picks. That's what happens when you waste draft picks.
It was the same year Jeff threw the season and the same exact year that Eric decided to draft Lamar Miller when he was out for the season. So, I mean, we obviously have candidates. Now, as commissioner, I was going to come in here tonight, the 100th episode, void that out, void the toilet bowl, give that to Jeff. Well,
really? You were going to do that?
I sure was.
Just like the executive order?
Executive order.
Wow.
Because that needed to be done.
Hold up. You said you were going to do that.
I sure was going to do that.
So you're not going to do it anymore?
Not anymore.
What happened?
Well, as I was watching these shows, I get to, I believe it was playoff week 3, season 5, and where Swart is supposed to hold up his parade bet.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, he did move around his neighborhood, but you know what I didn't see? I didn't see a lot of people. He did talk to someone, but I also didn't see the sign that was promised.
No sign. He was pretty quiet. He said, my team sucked. The bet was, your team sucked.
Right.
And karma has come back to bite you in the ass. I was going to remove it. Executive order.
Wow.
No more. It's staying on.
You are not getting a pardon.
Suck.
Unbelievable. And with that, we look to the playoffs. And until I see you again, peace. Dude, right? I mean, this couldn't have worked out any better. Back-to-back division champs. Yes! I know, right? I know. I mean, 1 week prior, I come back on Monday night. This week, John comes back and sticks it to Swart. Unbelievable. I was in a low place after last season. Oh my goodness. I can't say it enough. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Enjoy the week off. I know I am going to be. And then, boy, we are not done. We are just getting started. Can't wait. Yeah, thank you very much. And yeah, have a great weekend. We'll talk. Back to back!